Yo, what's up, ballers? If you're not glued to your screen right now, you better be, because what went down between the Dodgers and Padres this week wasn't just a game, it was a powder keg exploding in the middle of the diamond. We're talking a rookie pitcher, Jack Little, making his big league debut and straight-up plunking Fernando Tatis Jr. with a 93 miles per hour four-seam fastball that runs in like a guided missile, smashing him right in the back of the wrist. Tatis drops like a sack of potatoes, helmet flying off, pain etched on his face, and boom, the bench is clear. Managers Dave Roberts and Mike Shildt go toe-to-toe in a shoving match that had the whole stadium on edge. Ejections fly, tensions boil over, and it doesn't stop there. Fast forward to the ninth, and Padres reliever Robert Suarez intentionally drills Shohei Ohtani in the back. This ain't just beanballs, folks, this is a full-blown war between two of baseball's biggest rivals, and I'm here to break it all down step by step with the dirt, the drama, and the dark secrets lurking behind it. Buckle up, because this could change the face of the NL West forever. Let's dive in, because if you think this is just a brawl, you're missing the conspiracy, and trust me, the fans are already rioting online. Alright, let's rewind the tape and set the scene, because this wasn't some random flare-up. This was a slow burn that erupted into absolute mayhem, and I mean absolute. Picture this. It's a sweltering July night at Dodger Stadium, the Dodgers and Padres locked in a heated four-game series that's already seen more fireworks than a 4th of July show. The Dodgers are cruising with a 5-2 lead in the third inning, but the air's thick with tension. You can feel it, right? The Padres, fighting for their playoff lives, have been getting under LA's skin all series. Enter Jack Little, the 21-year-old phenom from the Dodgers system, stepping on the mound for his big league debut. He's pumped, the crowd's roaring, but then he faces Fernando Tatis Jr., the Padres' electric shortstop who's been a thorn in LA's side all night. Little wins up, unleashes that 93 miles per hour four-seamer, and wham! It sails inside, drilling Tatis right in the back of the wrist. Tatis yelps, drops the bat, spins to the ground like he's been shot, his helmet tumbling off. He's clutching his hand, face contorted in agony, and Little? He's standing there muttering "fuck" under his breath, caught on the stadium mics for the world to hear. Instant controversy. Padres manager Mike Shildt explodes from the dugout, storming toward the mound with veins bulging, screaming profanities that echo through the park. That's undersurrender, horseshit. Undersurrender, goddammit. Trainers rush out to check on Tatis, but it's too late. The benches are emptying. Dodgers players flood the field, Padres retaliate, and it's a full-on shoving match. Dave Roberts, the Dodgers skipper, charges in like a man possessed, shoving Shildt with his forearm, barking, "What the undersurrender you looking at?" Shilt's yelling back, pointing fingers, chewing his gum furiously. Xander Bogaerts is holding Roberts back, while Padres like Manny Machado and Jurickson Profar are circling, ready to pounce. It's chaos, fists aren't flying yet, but the tension's electric. Umpires intervene, ejecting both managers. Roberts and Shildt are out of there, hitting the showers early. And here's the kicker. This wasn't the end, it was just the spark. Fast forward to the bottom of the ninth, Dodgers trailing 5-2, 2 outs, runner on third, 3-0 count to Shohei Ohtani. Padres reliever Robert Suarez winds up and drills Ohtani right in the back, glove side, intentional as hell. Ohtani waves off his teammates, who are ready to charge. Clayton Kershaw's on the top step, Tyler Glasnow has his hands up like he's about to leap the railing. And even posts a chill pic on Instagram saying he's fine. Suarez gets tossed, but the damage is done. Why all this? Because the tension's been building like a volcano. 8 hit-by pitches in the series alone. That's insane. It started with Andy Pages getting drilled by Dylan Cease, Shildt yelling, "Who the undersurrender do you think you are?" Then Tatis takes 3 HBPs, Ohtani gets plunked by Luis Arias, and it escalates. People are furious, fans are flooding Twitter with hashtag #DodgersPadresWar, calling it Bush League and demanding suspensions. Media's in a frenzy, analysts debating if this is the start of a new rivalry era. But let's break this down. Was it all heat of the moment or something calculated? Here's the crazy part, with these teams meeting again in August, this feels like the Padres lighting a fuse. And you? What do you think sparked it, bad blood or bad pitches? Let's zoom in on the key players here, because without context this is just a brawl. But with it, it's a masterclass in rivalry, and I'm telling you, the backstories make this even juicier. First up, Jack Little. This kid's a bona fide phenom, drafted 21st overall by the Dodgers in 2021 out of a small college in Texas. At 6 feet 6 inches, 220 pounds, he's got that classic power pitcher build, a fastball that sits 93 to 95 miles per hour and tops out at 98, with a nasty slider that breaks like a boomerang and a changeup that's fooled minor leaguers all year. In the minors this season he racked up a 2.45 ERA, striking out 12.5 per 9 innings while walking just 2.2, elite peripherals that had scouts drooling. But here's the dirt, he's raw as hell. Scouts from rival teams whisper that his command is spotty. He can miss bats but also miss the zone, which is why that pitch to Tatis sailed inside. Dodgers fans were salivating for his debut, seeing him as the next big arm to patch their rotation holes after injuries to stars like Walker Buehler and Tony Gonsolin. Now, he's tainted, potentially labeled a headhunter before he even throws his second pitch in the bigs. Imagine the pressure, one bad outing and he's back in AAA. But dig deeper, Little's got a chip on his shoulder. He grew up a Dodgers fan, idolizing Clayton Kershaw, and this debut was supposed to be his coming out party. Instead it's a nightmare. Now Fernando Tatis Jr.? Oh man, the Padres' golden boy is a superstar in every sense. At 25 he's a five-tool marvel, speed, power, defense, arm, and that infectious energy that lights up any stadium. This season he's batting .285 with 25 homers, 60 RBIs, and a .360 OBP, turning the Padres from pretenders into contenders. But he's fragile. That wrist injury from 2021 sidelined him for months, and this HBP could be catastrophic. Scouts rave about his bat speed, top 5% in MLB per StatCast. His arm, he threw out 40% of base stealers last year with a 95 miles per hour pop, and his base running, 25 SB, elite jump. Yet his plate discipline is a weakness, he swings at pitches out of the zone 35% of the time, leading to those HBPs. Tatis is the face of the Padres rebuild, signed to that monster 14-year, $340 million deal in 2021, he's their franchise, their hope. Off the field, he's a showman with viral moments like his backflip celebrations. But this hit? It exposes his vulnerability and Padres fans are terrified. What if it's broken? Managers. Dave Roberts, the Dodgers Zen master, usually the picture of calm, remember his iconic 2016 NLDS steal? But he snapped here, shoving Schilt and getting ejected. Roberts has a history of fiery moments, like arguing with umps in high-stakes games, and this shows his competitive fire. Schilt? The Padres skipper, 54, is known for his intensity, chewing gum like it's fuel, barking orders, and he's been vocal about perceived slights, like calling out LA's soft play in past series. Then there's Shohei Ohtani, the unicorn, the GOAT in waiting. At 29 he's hitting .310 with 35 hours, 90 RBIs and 25 SB, while pitching 150 innings with a 2.80 ERA and 220 Burmese shots. He's the best player on the planet and Suarez drilling him? That's poking the bear. Ohtani's reaction? Pure class. He waves off the riot, chats with Padres like Luis Arias, pointing to his wrist and shin, probably referencing past hits, shakes hands and even laughs with Cronenworth. Dodgers execs like Brandon Gomez are fuming behind the scenes. This could derail their World Series push. And let's not forget the supporting cast. Manny Machado, the grizzled vet, warning post-game that the Dodgers better pray, Tatis's X-rays are negative. This isn't just players, it's legacies on the line. Now here's where it gets juicy, the conspiracy. Was this all random or is there a shadow playbook at work? Think about it. The Padres have been hit hard by injuries, Blake Snell out with Tommy John, Joe Musgrove struggling with a 4.50 ERA, and they're scrapping for a wild card spot with a 78-57 record. The Dodgers? Loaded with stars, sitting at 85-50, dominating the NL West. 8 HBPs in the series? That's not luck, that's a message. Scouts whisper that the Padres front office, led by AJ Preller, the mastermind who built this roster with trades for Tatis, Machado, and Snell, might be orchestrating this to rattle LA's stars. Is it retaliation for past beef, like the 2020 NLDS where LA swept SD in a 3-0 series, with Roberts and Schilt clashing verbally? Or is it a psychological opt to force mistakes like getting Ohtani to chase pitches or Tatis to swing wildly? Dodgers GM Brandon Gomez denied intent, but come on, a Little's pitch was textbook inside. Scouts say it was a purpose pitch to back Tatis off the plate, and Suarez's was glove side on a 3-0 count to Ohtani who was protecting the plate. This reeks of front office whispers, maybe even league-wide manipulation. Remember, MLB's been cracking down on beanballs after the Astros sign-stealing scandal, but rivals like these? They play by their own rules. And with the Padres meeting the Dodgers again in August, this could be the spark for more chaos. What if it's all part of a bigger plan to expose LA's soft underbelly, targeting Ohtani to weaken their trade value or Tatis to cripple SD's offense. Fans are speculating on Reddit. Is this the Padres' way to even the score, or is there something darker like a fix to keep LA dominant? You tell me, but the evidence points to strategic warfare, and if MLB doesn't act, this could escalate to fines, suspensions, or worse. Here's the crazy part. Insiders say Preller has a history of aggressive tactics. Remember the 2022 brawl with the Giants? This fits his MO. Let's compare this to past signings and rivalries, because history doesn't lie, and this brawl echoes some of baseball's most infamous moments. This reminds me of the 2017 Astros-Yankees brawl, where Jose Altuve got drilled by Aroldis Chapman, benches cleared, and it turned into a full feud that lasted seasons. Or the 2003 Cubs-White Sox brawl after a benches clearer sparked by a wild pitch. But in LA versus SD, it's personal. The 2020 NLDS saw Roberts and Schilt clash verbally, with SD accusing LA of dirty tactics like sign stealing, though unproven. Fast forward. This series has more HBPs than any rivalry showdown in years, compared to the 1990s Mets-Yankees wars, where beanballs were currency. Little's debut? Contrast with Garrett Cole's in 2013, Cole struck out 10 in a shutout, no drama. Little? Instant controversy like a young Pedro Martinez drilling someone in his debut. And Suarez hitting Ohtani? Echoes of Roger Clemens drilling Mike Piazza in 2000, sparking outrage and a congressional hearing. The difference? Ohtani's poise versus Piazza's fury. League patterns show teams like the Padres, under Preller, have a history of aggressive play. Remember their 2022 brawl with the Giants over a slide? This fits the mold, high stakes, emotional, and designed to shift momentum. Why now? Because the Dodgers are 85-50, Padres 78-57, SD needs to disrupt LA's groove, just like the Red Sox did to the Yankees in 2004. Rhetorical question. Is this the new Yankees-Red Sox or just a flash in the pan? Breaking down the roster implications. This brawl could reshape both teams, and I'm not exaggerating. For the Dodgers, losing Roberts mid-game? That's chaos in the dugout. Their bench is thin, guys like Gavin Lux hitting .270, and Enrique Hernandez had to step up, but they're not stars. Little's debut was supposed to solidify the rotation. With Buehler out, LA needs arms, but now he's under scrutiny. Could he get demoted to AAA? Salary-wise, LA's $280 million payroll is bloated. They can't afford distractions that lead to slumps. Ohtani's HBP? If he's out, even for a week, their offense drops 30%, he's 40% of their runs created. Depth chart. Tyler Glasnow and Dustin May fill in, but they're inconsistent. For the Padres, Tatis's wrist injury could sideline him for weeks, X-rays pending, exposing their depth at short. Ha-Seong Kim's solid, .260 BA good glove, but not elite. Schilt's ejection means interim manager Ryan Christensen takes over. Can he keep the team focused? Their bullpen, led by Suarez, 2.10 ERA 30 saves, is now on thin ice. MLB might suspend him for 5 to 10 games. Big picture. This weakens SD's wild card hopes, they're 2.5 back, while LA gains an edge. Development concerns? Little's command issues could linger, and Tatis's fragility highlights the Padres' injury woes. They've lost 400 man games already. If X-rays show damage, SD might trade for help, but at what cost? Hypothetical. If Tatis misses August, SD's playoff odds drop to 15%, LA's rise to 85%. This isn't just a brawl, it's roster warfare. Scouting time. Let's dissect the players involved with the nitty-gritty. Jack Little. Strengths, electric stuff, 93 to 98 FB with 15% whiff rate, 85 SL that induces 40% grounders, plus improving command, walk rate under 2.5 in minors. Weaknesses, wildness and pressure. That pitch to Tatis was a mistake, but scouts say he's got ace potential, project 15 to 8, 200 Burmese shots. Comparable to Corbin Burns early on. Tatis, elite bat, 90 grade power, 95th percentile exit velo, glove, gold glover, 25 DRS, speed, 30 SB, 80 grade. But wrist vulnerability, stats show he's been hit 15 times this season, highest in MLB, 2.5 HBPs per 100 PA. If out, Padres OBP drops .030, runs drop 20. Projections. Bounces back, but this sets back SD's run differential by 10 games. Ohtani, unmatched, hits like Trout, 1.050 OPS. Pitches like Verlander, 2.80 ERA, 220 Burmese shots. Suarez's HBP? Dumb. His splitter's great, 25% whiff. But control lapses, 3.2 BB/9. Projections: Ohtani MVP again, wins AL MVP. Tatis All-Star if healthy. Little, Rookie of the Year candidate if he rebounds. Scouts whispers: Little stuff plays up in LA. Tatis needs protection. Ohtani's durability is key. Oh man, the fallout is everywhere. Fans are losing their minds. Dodgers faithful are calling for blood, tweeting #Padres cheaters and demanding suspensions. Padres fans? Defending it as tough baseball, but even they admit it's Bush League. Media? ESPN's got panels debating intent, with Pedro Martinez saying it's disrespectful, and Tim Kirkjian calling it a black eye for the game. Rival teams like the Giants and Astros are smirking. This weakens both contenders. Executives? MLB VP Joe Torre's investigating. Fines and suspensions incoming. Schilt and Roberts could get 1 to 2 games. Social media's on fire. Ohtani's IG post got 2M likes. Tatis's pain face is meme fodder. Tatis Jr. versus the world. Why the outrage? Because this threatens the game's integrity. Beanballs are down 20% league-wide, but this series spiked them. Rivals are watching. Could this inspire more payback like the Mets drilling Astros in 2019? Fans are outraged. One Reddit thread has 50,000 comments debating if it's racism, Ohtani's Japanese heritage. Executives are scrambling. Padres owner Peter Seidler issued a statement apologizing. Dodgers Mark Walter called it unacceptable.